What's going on, guys? Welcome to another thrift vlog without any thrifting. So, I finally decided to do some listing. Since this has all started, it's been 6 weeks. I list one day, take a few days off, list one, take a few days off, list one. So in 6 weeks, maybe I've listed 10 items, you could say. But yesterday, I listed 4 items in the morning, and it's like someone turned on the switch, as they say. Sales came. Now, I've been selling things even without listing because eBay activity has been so high because everybody's buying online. So I've been selling 2 things, 3 things, 1 thing every day. I only sold 5 items for $401. 4 sales were off eBay for like $261, and I had 1 sale on Poshmark. So in this video, we're not going thrifting, but I'm going to show you these few items I'm packing up. I'm not going to give you the breakdowns because I'll probably just throw them into a what sold video. I'll show you my new creation of what I built out in my eBay room, which is just about getting there. And then I'm going to take a ride by Goodwill because I don't think they're open. I hope they're not because I'm going to be tempted to go in. But I want to see if they're taking donations. I want to see if the side door is open if someone's there. So I'm interested to see. Alright, so this first one you've already seen actually. It's already boxed up. It's just a pair of boots. I'll put a screenshot up for you. Duck feet. And it sold a while back. And right after they sold, I was making a what sold video. So I put it in there. And then like a week or so later, they got returned. The guy said he didn't like the way they fit him. They felt a little too snug. So I relisted them. And they sold again. I paid $6. And they sold for $157.75. Vitamins. These are called Women's Steel Libido. I guess it's kind of all natural Viagra for women, I guess you could say. And if you saw the thrift vlog when I found these, I was joking and said I was going to spike my wife's dinner with them. But they sold. I paid $1 for the jar, brand new, unexpired, and they sold for like 17 change. So a decent little flip. And whoever's buying these, hope you have a good time. Alright, the next item I got to pack up this morning. The model is Tag More. Let me see if you can see that on the grip. It's like from 1998. I had never heard of this brand. Now I'm not going to show you the whole packing. Everybody knows. You put it in a triangle bag. You can either wrap bubble wrap. Some people put paper. I just put a little bubble wrap, and I use slices of pool noodle. Just to keep that, you can wrap some paper or whatever be the case, and it's simple. I like to take another end of a slice of a pool noodle, put it right over it, and as you can see, it's like a perfect fit right there, and it just keeps it floated in the middle. It's not going to go nowhere, so that's it. That's just a trick I use with pool noodles. Some people, depending where you live, you might not have them readily available. I'm in South Florida. I have a pool. I have a ton of these in the house. And you can go in any store around here, and they also sell pool noodles for like $1. Next item I'm packing up for eBay is Volcom is the brand. Great kind of like California surfer, skater type clothing. You'll find a lot of good shorts or swim, board shorts. This is a 2-button polo, 3-button polo, little logo, and like a nice light blue. Paid $1 for this and sold for 17 change. Alright, as always, I put my almost everything, but especially clothing, into a suffocation bag. And then just a poly bag, perfectly acceptable for clothing. Alright, in the Poshmark sale, I put this on my Instagram yesterday. If you're not following me on Instagram, I'll pop it up on the screen. Go check it out. Look at my photos. I kind of share some bolos and stuff for you to watch for. But this is a brand. See if you could get it to see it. R Riveter. They make bags, pocketbooks, I guess, luggage bags, small ones. This is like a backpack. It has 2 straps. This way for like a messenger bag, and then it has backpack straps. Found this at Goodwill the very last day. when they were about to close down, when I was nervous to go in and there was only like 2 people in the store. I listed yesterday morning and I took an offer of $140. I have these large plastic bags, so I'm going to put it in this and then into a probably like either 1095 or 1097. I got to see which one it fits. But this is a Poshmark and it's under 5 pounds, so I don't have to worry about it. As long as I put it in any packaging and send it priority, it's good to go. Alright, I'm actually going to put it into a 1095 box. I thought I was all out of these. I just looked and I have more. It's a little bigger than a 1092, so it should slide in nicely. Alright, it's a perfect fit right to the end. And these are nice because they got the self-sealing adhesive on each end. And if you're a new seller and you're curious how much these cost to ship, that Volcom shirt, which weighed 10 ounces first class, I live in South Florida, so say from Miami to Pennsylvania, $4.18. The boots, from me to New Hampshire, 3 pounds, 3 ounce in a 12 by 8 by 6 box, $13.74. The golf club from Miami to Salt Lake City, Utah, 1 pound, 12 ounce. The triangle box, 38 inches long, 5 by 5, $10.85. And I've sold them to California and to like Oregon or Washington, and it was like 11 change. So typically cross country, a golf club, and a lot of people are always curious about sending single clubs, or even a baseball bat, you're looking at, the $10 to $12 range. And lastly, the vitamins, from me to Houston, Texas, first class 14 ounce, $5.27. Alright, so the room's coming along. I've been doing a project every day, every other day, trying to take my time, keep me occupied with this lockdown. Shipping table's done, shelf bins, wall unit is done, and then I tried to figure out what I want to do for a photo booth. Table, I wanted something, because I don't have a lot of room, I wanted something that wasn't going to take up a lot of space. So I had some idea from when I first thought about doing this, what I wanted to have, I should say. I put pencil to paper, tried to measure out what I would need for space, what I would measure. Like I took like an extra large shirt and I kind of figured out what size would work best, because that would pretty much be the biggest item I would have. For pants and jackets, I'm just going to put a hook up on the wall and I'll do like a long hang for those. But let me show you what I built. It came out really sweet. Alright, so here's my photo table. It looks like it's just leaning on the wall, but it's actually hung on the wall. And it folds up with fold down legs. Let me show you how it works. So it actually looks like a drafting or a writing table. I bit it on a slight slant so you won't have to hold your camera so high up to go, to get a picture of something like a shirt. The legs fold down. And what I did to keep the leg up, I just put a little eye latch there and a hook. So when the leg folds up, I can hook it and it stays. I don't even really have to use the hook on this side, because this will be the first side that I open. And in the other corner, so this leg will shut towards the back. Then I have the leg that latches in the middle and opens to that corner. So as you see, I got a leg with a latch right there, and it's going to open across the front and drop down. I didn't go that way as well because my desk is going to be here. And that's my photo table. So I can go right up to it, take my photos on here like this, have still white. I have to retouch the paint. From when we mounted this, we scratched the wall up a little, but that's not a big deal. I'll give this area another coat so it's nice and bright. I'm going to hang pants and stuff off there, and I have this table. Like I said, slight angle, good to go. When I'm done, fold it down and it's out of the way. I made it 36 inches wide by 30 deep, so that's plenty for any kind of clothing except for pants and any other kind of item I have. If you're curious how I built it, it's just one. Let me see if I can show you from underneath. It's just 1x3s in a grid. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 1x3s hinged to the wall, and then this foam board on top. It's actually more like a plastic type foam board. So this room is getting done. I got to put some shelves up, and then the final bring my desk in, and then bring like the printer and everything, you know, electronics, and got to be like the final step in the inventory. But this is going to kind of be the angle where I'm probably going to film, you know, my backdrop for videos in here. So I'll have like the bins, and then that's the shipping table behind me, and then that shelf, or that wall I should say, I'm going to put some shelves and some cool, you know, like vintage items that I've kept, just to have a nice backdrop. I'll probably have my camera on a tripod like this. I think that'll work good. So that's it for this in this area. Let's I want to go take a ride by Goodwill, see if they're still taking donations and if they happen to be open, which they shouldn't be. All right, so they're closed. Sign says store closed, donation trail is open, and it tells you where the nearest one is. Now accepting card donations, and it says you can call, and I don't know how that works, but there's nobody here. It looks like people have been leaving stuff because there's all this trash, and then there's all these clothes like thrown on the ground, like someone just left a bag at the door, and then like some homeless dragged it around the back and went through it. So, all right, so Goodwill's not open, we know that. And man, still, no, that's a little better. And I thought they were taking donations, but they're obviously not at the store. The 18-wheelers that they have parked, like at the park and ride share lot, whatever you call it, must be packed. Anyway, I got a weird email from PayPal, and it says that a buyer is disputing a purchase. It says, we already know the buyers opened the case for this transaction. The buyer stated they did not authorize the purchase. So I looked at the buyer's name, which is on the information, went onto eBay, looked it up, and it was a pair of glasses that I sold like March 30th, so that's a month ago actually. And had no issues, no return, no complaints. And then I looked, and even that was the guy, when he bought it, he attached a note. It said, hey, I appreciate this. If you have these eyeglass frames in any other colors, let me know. And he put his phone number. Of course, I would never call him. You know, that's against the rules, giving phone numbers like that. But I looked at that number, and it matched his number on the transaction on PayPal. So if it was a fraud, someone would probably, I mean, they could, I guess, but they really wouldn't know his phone number. So I don't know what it is. I've had this happen once before. If you ever get an email like that, don't panic. PayPal figures it out. There's nothing to do. I don't have to call and ask questions. Last time it happened to me, I actually sent the buyer a message through eBay, and they replied back and said that their card had gotten lost. So what they do is they just put like a hold on all transactions instead of going itemized by itemized and figure out what's good or what's bad. So it got worked out. So I'm hoping that this is the same thing, that the guy got lost or had his card stolen, and they're just going to figure out what transactions are good and what are bad, and my $26 will get released because it's being held right now. So that's going to wrap up this one. Actually, you know what I'm thinking? Since I'm in the car, and any of my new subscribers, thanks for subscribing and welcome to my channel. And if you don't know, I'm in a wheelchair. So yeah, I do reselling from a wheelchair. I got hurt about 12 years ago, and I got to use this thing to get around. You know, I'm wondering if people think, how do I drive from a wheelchair? It's pretty high tech and very expensive. So maybe I'll make a quick video on how I do that. You know, let me know. Is that something that people would be interested in seeing? How my car operates and how I drive from a wheelchair? If you are, let me know down in the comments. So either way, I'll think about that. That's going to wrap up this one. I appreciate everybody watching. If you have any questions or comments, put them down below, and I'll see you in the next video.